Good day, ladies and gents. All right, so we're doing another video for Unit 8 2D. All right, and today we're going to be talking about population density. All right, so basically, population density is population divided by the land area. So if it's units per unit squared, that will be population density, where on the top will be units and on the bottom would be units squared. Simple as that. All right, cool. Let's go ahead and go to page 19. So we are on page 19 of our notes. All right, let's make this happen. All right, so population density. So let's go ahead and rewrite the notes that we said on page 1, where population density, that is units per unit squared, where units is on top and unit squared is on the bottom, or it will say units per unit squared. Okay. And then over here, the population will be in units or people. And the land area would be units squared. Pretty simple, right? All right, let's keep it that way. All right, so number 1, during an experiment, the same type of bacteria is grown in 2 petri dishes. All right, so far we have 2 petri dishes. 1, 2. Petri dish A has a diameter of 51, so all the way across is 51. And they actually said that's the diameter, so that'll be awesome. And has approximately 40,000 bacteria per hour, so 40,000 right there. Petri dish B has a diameter 75, which it says right here on the picture, and approximately 72,000 bacteria per hour, so 72,000. Awesome. Determine the state which petri dish has a greater population density. So which one has a greater population density at the end of the first hour? All right, so let's think this through. So we need to find the population density. So for A, so we know that the population is 40,000. We know that the area, now it's a circle, right? So that's pi r squared. And so we know, so let's go back over here. So radius and diameter. We know the diameter is 51. So if the diameter is 51, then the radius divided by 2 would be 25.5. All right, so that would be pi 25.5 squared. All right, so we're going to put that into our calculator. So 3.14, that is the number we're going to use for pi, times 25.5 squared. And we pop out with 2041.785. So we're going to use all of this. So don't round. So we're not rounding. We're going to use all of that decimal. Fantastico. All right. So with that, so we have those two things. Okay. So now we're going to find the population density. So PD, which is population density. Make this closer to me. All right. There we go. Now that works. All right. So for population density, we have population over the area, right? Okay. So let's just plug this in. So population, so 40,000 over that big long decimal, and we pop out with 19.59070,127. All right, so we're going to use that big long decimal while we're working on this. Okay, cool. So that is population density for A. All right, now let's go ahead and do B. All right, so for B, we're going to do the same thing. So population. Okay, so population was 72,000. And the area, let's find it. So pi r squared. Okay, so we know radius and diameter. We know that the diameter is 75. So the radius, 75 divided by 2, we get 37.5. All right, so with that, we would plug that in. So pi 37.5 squared. All right, let's go ahead and put that in our calculator. So 3.14 times 37.5 squared. We put that in and we get this big long decimal. 4415.625. Fantastico. All right, so PD, population density, is equal to the population over the area. So the population is 72,000. The area was that 4415, blah, blah, blah. All right, so put that in your calculator. So 72,000 divided by 4415.625. We pop out with this big long decimal. 16.30573248. All right. Okay, so now that we found both population densities, now it's time to compare. All right, so which one had a bigger thing? Was it A or B? It was A. 19 is bigger than 16. So the answer was A. That was the answer. So A has the bigger one. Boop. That's it. All right, let's go to number 2. All right. So let's do number 2. All right. So for number 2, a country has a population density of 257 people per square mile. Okay. So that's people per square mile. So that's the population density, right? And they actually said that, which was awesome. So PD is equal to 257. Okay. The country population, so population, is equal to 4288. What is the area? So that's what they want to know. What is the area? So that's going to be your X, because we're looking for it. All right, and let's do it. Okay, let's write down the equation. So PD is equal to pop over area. All right, plug in what you know. We know that PD is 257. We know population is 4288. And the area, that's what we're looking for. Awesome. Okay, so I'm going to put this up here because I ran out of room. So 257 over 1 is equal to 4288 over X. And we're just going to cross product. So we leave the equal sign in the middle. These two, so we're basically multiplying the X onto the other side. So 257 times X and 4288 times 1. Right. And so we have 257x equals 4288. To get the x by itself, we're going to divide by 257 on both sides. Ran out of room yet again. And we are left with x is equal to, so in our calculator, 4288 divided by 257, we pop out with this decimal, 16.6848249. Awesome. Okay, and they said round to the nearest square mile. So that means the nearest whole number. So the question is, are we staying at 16 or are we going up to 17? The number after it makes that decision for us. So think of a hill. So the question is, are we staying at 16 or are we going up to 17? So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 is on one side. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 is on the other. So the number after it is a 6. If I take take a ball and I put it at 6 and I drop the ball, is it going to roll back to 16 or is it going to roll to 17? It would roll to 17. So 17 is our answer. Awesome. All right, number 3. Just rolling right along here. Okay, the roof of a small home in Miami is 810 square feet. Okay, so we have 810 square feet, which is another way to say feet squared. That means the same thing, okay? So the clay tiles required to cover the roof weigh, so we have a weight of 7,240 pounds. How many pounds does a square foot of clay weigh? Okay, so we're looking at this. How many pounds does a square foot of clay weigh? All right, so let's think this through for a second. All right, so how many pounds does each, so pound would be on top. per tile, right? So so over square feet. That's what we're doing. So pound per square feet. So so let's do it. So pound would be on top. So 3240 over square feet, which is 810. So how many pounds for every square foot? That's basically what they're asking. All right, so you put that in the calculator. So we put that in the calculator, 3240 divided by 810, and we get that beautiful number, 4. And that is your answer. Phenomenal. All right, let's go to page 20. Page 20. All right, so on page 20, okay, so so page 20, a town has a population density, so PD, is equal to 347.9807 and that is per square mile. The town has an area, so area equals 10 miles squared. What is the population? Okay, so population is what we're looking for. All right, so let's write down the equation. So PD is equal to pop over area. Plug in what you know. So the PD is at 347 point blah, 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 equals population is what we're looking for, and area is 10. All right. Okay, so throw this over, throw a 1 underneath this. Just showing more work than I need to. We're going to cross product. So I ran out of room, so I'll put it up here. So 347.9807 times 10 is equal to, throw the 1 over here, that's 1, so that's x times 1. All right, so 3479.807 is equal to x. Okay, now, so what's the population? All right, so population, now, because it's people, unless they say round to the nearest whatever, because this is people, you can't have 0.8 people. You would always round up. So people, you always round up. Okay, so that's like a teenager. All right, so we have, so are we staying at 3479? But no, we're rounding up no matter what, 3480. So instead of staying at 79, we go up to 80. And there's your answer. All right, number 5. For a certain species of animal to survive, the population density must be less. So population must be less than 15. All right. So it must be less than 15 per square mile. Now, a rectangular wildlife preserve measures 20 by 15. So we have a rectangle that's 20 by 15. And what do you think we're going to find? If we have these dimensions for population density, we need population and area. So let's go find the area of this. So area would be base times height. So that's 20 times 15. 20 times 15 in your calculator, you pop out with 300. So we know that the area is 300. So area is equal to 300. Scientists counted 3740 animals. So that is your population. Okay, so is there enough area for the animals? So we need to go find the PD. We know it's supposed to be less than 15. So we need to go find this, and it needs to be less than 15. That's what we're looking for. So we need to go find the population density and then decide, is it good or not? All right. So there's supposed to be 15 animals, no more than, so less than 15 animals per square foot, basically. All right, so let's go find it. PD is equal to population divided by area. So the population is 3740 divided by 300. So when you put that in the calculator, 3740 divided by 300, we get 12.46666666667. All right, so does this satisfy this? Is this less than 15? So is 12.4 blah 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 less than 15? Yes, it is. So this is good. So is there enough area? Yes. Yes, it is. Because it was less than 15. There are less than 15 animals per square foot, or sorry, per square mile. So we are doing this correctly. So that's awesome. All right, moving on up. All right, number 6. Okay, Ashley wants to put wooden floorings in her master bedroom. Her room is 143 square feet. So 143 square feet. And it will cost $1144 to do so. I don't know what I'm going to do with that, but I just wrote it down. And we have the floor weighs 214.5 pounds in her bedroom. Okay, so 214.5 pounds. How many pounds does a square foot of a wooden floor weigh? So that would be, so look at the order. So that was pounds per square foot. All right, that's all they wanted. Money had no money was not even a part of a question here. All right, so pounds, so 214.5 pounds over square feet, 143. You put that in the calculator, 214.5 divided by 143, and we pop out with 1.5. And there's your answer. Sweet. So this right here had no bearing on anything. They just gave us more information than we need. And last problem. Okay, number 7. The population of California in 2010 was this number. So California has this population. All right. So California. So California has population of that big old number. 253,956. Okay, and the total area is this. All right, so the area for California is that big log number, 158,854. Okay, and then they said, hey, let's look at Texas. All right, so let's go ahead and make just another list. For Texas, the population was 25,145,561. And the area, 267,256. Find the number of people per square mile. Okay, so that would be population density. All right, so PD is equal to pop over area. All right, just plug it in your calculator. So those numbers, 37253,956 divided by 158,854. You put that in the calculator, you get 234.5169527. Okay. Now they said specifically to round to nearest tenth. So let's do that. So nearest tenth. So 10 has has one decimal place. Or sorry, 1 0. So we go one decimal place. So are we staying at 0.5 or are we going up to 0.6? That decision is made by the number after it. 1 does not make it over the hill, so we stay where we're at. So 234.5. That is for California. Okay, over here, population density is equal to pop over area. So you put those numbers in, 25145,561 divided by 267,256. And we pop out with 94.08791945. And they said around the nearest tenth. So the question is, are we staying at 0.0 or we're going up to 0.1? We would go up to 0.1 because the 8 made it over the hill. All right, and that right there is for Texas. All right, and did we answer the questions? Yes, we did. So for California, the answer was 234.5, and for Texas, the answer was 94.1. And that's it. And that's all we need for today. So have a great and wonderful day and rock out. Catch you guys later.